Good morning and welcome. It's the beautiful game on a Saturday morning. Well, some would say that this is the fastest January in the history of all Januaries. I would say that time is constant, but it depends on what you're doing. At times, they say time goes fast when you're having fun. So if it's fast for you, you're probably having fun. But if you're not having fun, then it might not be fast for you. Now, I've got two people who have the same name. I don't know if they have the same view on this particular January, but Toyosi Ofolayan and Toyosi Adibanjo are in the house. It is great to have you guys, as usual.
Yeah.
Welcome.
What's up, Mark? I'm calling you Mark.
See, you started
Mark
Mombasa to
and
Sambisa. Now,
So you were eavesdropping. You see?
But do you know the one we went to get our going? There's something you said.
Oh my goodness.
You know,
Oh my goodness.
people have to know that we buy our going.
You need to leave that
thought that
behind.
ended
No,
in
but there's something you
2024.
said.
You need to
You were Sam on the station. I said she put P in between.
Oh,
What's happening, Toyosi? What's happening this weekend?
when I'm cold, I always,
Yeah, cool.
like have this brain fog somehow.
They happen.
Fantastic.
Great to have you guys. How
Yeah.
it's been a wonderful footballing week and
Yeah.
all over. There's so much I want to discuss. But where do we start from? Let's do the Champions League, yeah, because that's what just passed the weekend. This week into the next weekend. Let's review what happened and which was the standout match. There were a lot of matches, yeah. Which was the standout match?
Well, I still want to retain Barcelona against Benfica. It might be chaotic, full of drama. That, of course, that's what makes it stand out for me. You know, controversy in the game as regards penalties that should never been penalty. Chesney making mistakes, last-minute winner. You know, somebody bagging an hat-trick against FC Barcelona that, of course, you barely score against, or maybe when you score, you just get offside or something. But somebody getting an hat-trick, headliner for me.
How about you? Which
I'll go
match
with
stood out?
Bayern Bayern Munich.
Oh, incidentally, we also
Yes.
have the highlight.
Yes. 3-0 victory for Feyenoord. Don't ask me how.
Oh, Mo.
You
How
know,
did
I've
that
always
happen?
told you that Versen Company, yes, is on the up and up. He's building
Up
a
and
CV
up,
and all that, but at the same
Yes,
time,
one of the
he's
upcoming
not-
coaches. You know,
Which upcoming?
top upcoming
Wait
coaches.
till you top
When
one.
it comes to prospect,
Bro,
Wait.
you
I said
spoke
prospect. I said
well when you said upcoming. But don't put
no
top.
top.
And there's
You
nothing
can't.
prospective about it.
So it's not a-
He's
it's not a
just-
good prospect?
He was just lucky or
to get Bayern Munich.
privileged
Yes.
to, because
Based
trust me,
on what?
But of course, they are not doing bad in their league.
they were better candidates
Better
for
than
Bayern
Tuchel.
Munich.
Better than Tuchel last season.
Well, see, my
I
point is...
wouldn't say Versen Company is better than Tuchel.
No, I mean, for the performance last season.
Yeah, but see, look, they've been performing well in the league.
Yeah, domestic, yeah.
But in the Champions League, you could see their
They've been trashed,
incompetencies.
of course.
Yeah.
They've been trashed.
So what are we saying? So somehow that means that when they play against teams that they know how to rile you up, they know how to expose your weaknesses, you definitely falter. And that doesn't make any sense at all. So but that happens. If you have a squad where you have Harry Kane, by the way, has not scored a goal from open play since November.
Oops, that a very
Yeah.
wonderful start.
Since November, it's just been penalties and penalties and penalties.
penalties, exactly.
You have Nabri,
Victor
you have
Osimhen
what's his name now? Sané.
Sané.
You have Olise.
Koeman.
All
Yeah,
of these
Olise.
guys, they score 7 goals, 6 goals
Musiala.
against the likes of Augsburg and Hoffenheim and co. And when they come to Champions League, they just become, cats. Meanwhile, in the league, they're like lions or something. So they need to fix up something like that. They need a manager that has personality, and it's not Versen Company.
I think I support what she said because I remember it just came to my head now. They faltered against Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah.
The only team that they've been able to maybe beat in the Big Six.
Did they even beat Dortmund?
He
I don't
didn't
think
beat
they did.
Dortmund. Maybe the likes of Mönchengladbach, you want to
Yeah.
say Wolfsburg. Those are the teams that they would, of course, dismantle. But I think the DRB Pokal,
Yeah.
they
They're
got
out.
defeated.
They're out, yeah.
And it was Nathan Teller who came on board to score for Leverkusen. So the only option for them to win this season is the league. But Leverkusen are not even relenting. So
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we have that particular highlight. That is Hoffenheim will be up against Bayern Munich, and for me, it was a major shocker for investors. That was a knockout. It was a knockout blow. Well, let's see if we can check.
Over one, not they okay. What does he want?
So
no,
Paul,
but
you
of
don't
course, if you put Bayern Munich straight with that, it means
Yes,
You don't know what you're saying. Because
you don't
in
know
the
what you're
Champions
doing.
League,
You're already small.
Aston Villa defeated them 1-0. Other teams have defeated them in the Champions
this is
League.
Mine is even the
Fire
fact that
mode.
the odds is
So-
not going to be favorable. So why are you risking
Yeah,
it?
so just go with goals over 1 over 2.5.
See these guys, so they talk here. They don't know. Okay, well, let's see.
Potential
Let's see.
with the body,
Let's see, my guys. If we have the highlight there, Hoffenheim against Bayern Munich. Let's look at the highlights and still talk about that game. They had more chances. They had what?
But you have to be
over.
but you have to be clinical.
So it's not by creating
creation.
so many chances, bombarding the defense or the opponent's defense. How clinical are you? How deadly are you? You look at Feyenoord, every time they have an attack or they break out, they are more dangerous than even Bayern Munich. And every time they go at Bayern Munich, it's always like, oh, this moment, they're always in shock that something is about to happen. They're always so close. If they don't score, maybe they force a corner kick or something. Every time. But for Bayern, it's always this passing. Too much passes. I don't get it. Burnley fans, don't forget Burnley fans complained about this whole tiki-taka that
he wanted
is trying to adopt. You can also, as I said, he doesn't have personality. If you have personality, you can bring your style of play.
Look at, there were so many, the goals that came in were just funny errors.
Upamecano and the
likes.
likes.
Just funny errors. Davis was there in that match. Look at the goals.
This same Feyenoord proved their mettle against Manchester City.
3-0
down, and then it was 3-3.
Manchester City no did this.
No. I'm just trying to. No matter how much you might say you want to write up Manchester City, the name alone, the caliber of players, of course, will make you get afraid of something. But against Bayern Munich, nobody saw that coming. 3-0, Feyenoord.
This was a red card that was so unnecessary. What's his name? A very unnecessary penalty that just wasn't needed.
Yeah, the player was moving away from goal, and then you just went ahead. That was Guerrero's defensive.
Sometimes we might want to blame managers for the loss, but I think the players have to get responsibility.
That I said,
the manager himself is not the one committing blunders.
Yeah.
Those are the best legs he could probably field. But when it comes to individual errors, that is where even scoring, of course, the manager will not tell you that. Put it in the top right corner, left corner. I don't think it's manager's fault. I think maybe the only problem is the fact that he could not redeem the team's image. Okay, how do we come back from this? Maybe even get a goal or two. But it's kind of similar to when I play you on FIFA. You get your chances and you don't make use of it, and then I whip you.
Just one day.
I trash him, man.
Oh my goodness! Look at you, Mike.
You see,
that means I'm going to.
Is it this life? Is it this life? No, the pity person.
Oh,
really? He didn't pity.
Oh, so it's a pity card now.
If no steady at the trash, one day we just made a mistake.
Oh, really?
One day, just
one time.
It's
wasn't once. One day, like 5 times. One day, like 5 times.
Oh, just one day.
But 5 times.
Oh,
5 times in a day.
So he made up for all the days.
Yeah.
In this life, when you see chance to press person neck, press and finish. Okay, but yeah, that all was a shocker. But let's talk about the match. He mentioned that I feel like it was a very comical match. And that was SL Benfica up against Barcelona. 5-4. After being from 4-2 down, you made it seem like Barcelona were okay, they were good, but they were not excellent.
Yeah.
Ter Stegen, sorry, not Ter Stegen.
Chesney error
was just
error. The first half alone.
The error Chesney was just doing. The match was chaos.
Yeah, it was chaos. In as much as I'm an advocate for open football, go all out and all of that, attacking football, don't be too defensive. But this was chaotic. This was silly.
Yeah,
so many defensive schoolboy errors, unnecessary play, and all of these things. Even for Barcelona, the fact that for a big club like Barcelona, they could not control the game. The game was absolutely out of their hands. Yeah. They were playing into the rhythm of Benfica at all the time. Benfica.
Look, wait a minute. What is this?
So I think.
What on earth is this?
If Barcelona play I-line, so there's a way you cannot.
What was
no communication? Nothing.
I think Chesney was the one who sold Barcelona out. 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 3-1.
Look at this.
At the time, it was
this penalty again. It was still Chesney.
So Chesney himself was the one who sold Barcelona.
But this was comical. It was a soft penalty because he didn't really touch that guy.
Come on, the goalkeeper came out and he touched him.
He didn't touch him.
There was a touch.
Okay, see this goal. See this one. See this one now.
He played it to
this is a 1 in a million kind of goal.
and I'm actually happy that Rafinha did not even celebrate because some players would have celebrated it.
Yeah. But at the same time,
this was own goal.
I think towards the end of the game.
One match.
9
goals.
If you had put it on betting site or something, no, you will cash out.
But at the end of the day, before the end of that game, I was also disappointed with the referee. There was a call before that breakout from Barcelona where he didn't give the penalty to Benfica. Was it Gavi or so who stylishly pulled the attacking player down. The guy was through on goal. It was a corner kick, and then the loose ball, the guy was about to probably put it in the back of the net, and he somehow just made sure he put him off balance. And then they made that counter-attacking break, and it was a goal.
This is football.
Oh, come on, what do you mean?
It is football. Yeah.
If it were to be
the penalty was soft.
If it were to be your team or a team you support, you cannot tell me that's football.
Yeah.
For every action you take, you should be responsible for it. Why are you not giving that the penalty?
Same way
Why are you not calling play there or using the VAR?
Say that the penalty that was awarded against FC Barcelona was, of course, soft.
Yeah.
You know,
I
know touch is very, very normal in football. It's a contact sport.
Yeah.
But some referees, especially in La Liga themselves, a soft touch on Vinicius, it's a penalty.
Really?
Yeah.
And you see Vinicius having issues with referees. So how are they correlating?
I said in the box.
But that's true. They don't decide.
Yes, now I'm surprised where where this is coming from. Why do you think he has accumulated so many yellow cards?
Do you know how many?
Come on now.
Do you know how many clubs in Spain protest against the officiating for Real Madrid?
No, that's not true. That's absolutely not true. That one is normal. Barcelona and Real Madrid will always do that.
It is not even,
this call was not proper. That call was not proper.
I don't have any. All the people that I know that are Mike, I never ever call any other person Mike. I know fit. But this one say, I thought you see. Now you say if they call, I don't fit. If you're not like Mike, I'll go find a name for you.
Your name is Toyosi now. I'll call your name Toyosi.
So to be honest, I feel like let's get back to the Benfica game. I think one mistake cancels another. But the referee
made
many errors.
You are not
He was
allowed.
trying to make up for the errors.
You are not allowed to do that. That's
Exactly, you are
absolutely
not allowed.
stupid. You
He was
cannot
trying to make up for the
cover one error with another.
Release one person because you've done.
It's just like covering a lie with another lie.
Of course.
Exactly. All right. Let's another one that also caught my fancy was Atletico Madrid against Leverkusen. That was big because you would expect that in Leverkusen, Atletico Madrid one man down, you know, in the 30-something minutes.
Very early.
Barrios
and you scored.
Got that red card. I thought it was over.
Yeah.
And they scored. But Julian Alvarez, the
Spider-Man.
man that was bought for what, 90 million, he's paying back his transfer fee.
I never expected Atletico to spend much. But since the time I started seeing them spending on João Felix, I'm like, nah.
They've been spending for a while now. Yeah, in La Liga.
They use studies.
Yeah.
95, 75. Solid.
I think it counts. I think it's years of being prudent that have been able to count for them now.
True.
Then they were making shrewd businesses. They'll get players from Colombia, Jackson, Falcao, for very small money.
Exactly.
Aguero came in for how much? You know,
Forlan.
Ada Turan, every one of them. So shrewd business. They know how to do that, and even get players that maybe they're getting old and they can get them on free transfer and all of those stuff. But aside that, they've seen that eras are changing. You have to spend money to get players, and they started doing that, and they felt that they could compete too as well. They've done some terrible business, wasted a lot of money.
João Felix is one of the terrible business.
Of course, number one.
Was never meant for Atletico de Madrid.
Yeah,
you have to spend money.
number one. But sometimes I don't always want to believe that narrative, because even the João Felix himself, what is he doing to even redeem all of that narrative? At Barcelona, he was nowhere to be found. At Chelsea now, he's at the background.
Well, I think João Felix is somebody who you wouldn't spend 60 or 70 million on. He's in the class of Gabriel Jesus. Of course, they want to have that flair. It doesn't even look like a Portuguese player to me. It doesn't look Portuguese. It's more of maybe Brazilian, French. Yeah. When, of course, they like to hold on to the ball. Sometimes you see João Felix and you'll be happy that I have somebody who can be my Messi. But his end product can be
terrible.
Very terrible.
All right. Okay. Now, for me, some people might say that this was the biggest match of the round, because it was a clash of titans who had fallen so low.
El Clásico.
Exactly. In the past 5 years, these teams had been in the finals. One had won and the other one lost the final. We're talking about PSG against Manchester City, and it really served. That match 4-2. At one point, Man City went 2 goals ahead. I said, I don't know. Man City's back. They can't come back.
They come back.
By the time PSG started, Dembele.
And don't forget that they played out a goalless first half.
A goalless first half. Okay, let's take a look at the highlights. PSG up against Man City, 4 goals to 2. This one, we could just quite look at them. Then we'll come the break and down step by step and look at it. Quite an interesting match. PSG up against Manchester City in the Champions League. Well, what are your thoughts on? We've spoken about Pep Guardiola 2 or 3 times across the phase of this season. What's happening with Pep? We finally found out that he was going through, or he has actually going through a divorce, a separation and divorce.
I'm sorry, but no.
But please.
No, it's not the one playing the game.
Should every manager come out and tell you what they are going through in their personal lives?
I'm not giving. I'm just saying what happened.
Let's leave that. Let's leave that in their house.
No, let's not leave it.
Let's leave it in their house. Leave it in their house, please.
Yes.
And in court.
I'm sorry, but I don't think it's enough to affect his football.
These 2 people are heartless.
No, it's the truth.
If somebody's going through,
if you need time off,
what do you mean?
If you need time off, take it.
Don't forget that the wife came out to talk about
resign. That he loves his job too much.
Where she mentioned, that he's so self-absorbed. And no, I'm not siding her here. I'm just only saying that there was one particular highlight there where she said that she asked him not to stay in City, that they should move. I think it was supposed to be northeast or somewhere aside from Manchester. And you know, the agreement was probably he was going to look into that. And then the next thing she saw that he had signed a new contract. And she was like, yeah, knowledge. I'm like, what was going on? And a lot of those stuff. So it's something that they've been, you're seeing a divorce now. You cannot tell me that the whole fracas and issues
it didn't just happen
now.
Of course.
They've been having it for probably some years
so
now.
are you trying to rule out the effect?
And those years, relax.
I'm ruling out.
Those years, it's even possible that when he won that treble, he was still having those issues. Well, was winning. So why is it that now that they are not doing too well, he's going through heartbreak?
No, the thing called they pin up now. You know, he called the scratch himself.
See, in as much as we might want to say, okay, he was having issues, but a coach will do, again, in training, it is not Guardiola that leads training. Maybe sometimes we see him shouting, camera up. Other coaches lead training. His only thing is, okay, I have a tactic. We want to do it like this. Okay, give it to the other coaches. Let them implement. Your own is just to come on the pitch or shout against them, shout at them. I don't think
Enrique lost his daughter now.
Yes.
Come on.
And then he still came. So I think if you need time off, this is not 9 to 5. That they will tell you that if you leave, we're going to sack you. But this man is made already. If you need time off, you could resign.
I know we can all insinuate, we can all assume, or we might not be sure.
Yeah.
But what do you think is, because it seemed at some point they've come back to go win like 2-3 matches. 2 matches, no, 2-3. Maybe
I don't think they've won 3 in a row.
What kind of games?
Then, you understand?
League.
I know it's league, but what teams?
It's just random. And now they are 25th in the table of the Champions League. They need to beat Club Brugge at home. But you see, I cannot. If Club Brugge goes there and say they want to fight for a draw,
Club Brugge are on a 19-match winning streak, or
if Club Brugge go there and say they want to fight for a draw, I don't trust those guys.
No, the Belgians cannot do anything.
Really?
I believe.
Okay.
It's at the Etihad, man.
Okay.
Well, for the game against Paris Saint-Germain, the first half was quite cagey, where both of them were trying to size themselves up.
People put over 2.5 in the field by that time.
I'm telling you. And then in the second half, City scored first because Paris Saint-Germain slept on their defense for those first 2 goals. I guess it was Enrique who had to change things around, and also it wasn't as if Paris Saint-Germain were without chances in the first half. The old Dembele on the left-hand side and Bakola on the right-hand side. So you had to switch things up to become more dangerous to City. And seeing Bakola playing from the left wing was more direct and giving
coming on his right to shoot,
and giving the right back a lot of problem. And then you could see how Dembele was ruthless on the right wing, and the old nutmeg to Bernardo Silva. So that switch was perfect. It was able to trouble City. They were able to go more forward. They were able to become more intensious about their moves and all of that. Bakola was dangerous. Dembele was dangerous. The whole experiment in the first half didn't work. And Enrique had to switch. For Manchester City, look, we saw the same thing against Brentford. I think Brentford almost equalized.
Almost.
Wasn't
They did 2-2.
Oh, okay, sorry, 2-2. So it's not as if there's anything new.
2-2.
Not anything new. So.
Your thoughts?
I think the experiment with Bernardo Silva as a defensive 8 needs to stop. That is what Ateta was trying to do with Martin Odegaard.
If you see what Dembele do, Bernardo Silva, just there's one particular move.
I just kept it simple.
There's a difference. There's a difference between watching the match. You give Okolo beats that kind of thing. There's a difference between when you even watch a game and then you go on that those statistics app to see what he has the lowest rating this week. And even Sheridan that committed so many blunders did not get 4.7.
And he didn't score any own goal.
No own goal.
Nothing.
But he had passes, complete passes.
Yeah.
But it was just disaster.
I think 4.7 or
4.7.
It was a disaster.
Not even Chesney who made errors.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper
was that low?
No.
I think
4.7.
that would be
considered 4.
I think that would be Bernardo Silva's worst game.
One of his worst games ever. Bernardo Silva is somebody that I talk about the epitome of consistency. That man
is so versatile.
You understand? He would run and give you all that he needs to do and all of that. So it was quite shocking to see that they just capitulated.
Pep should play him in his natural position.
Yeah, I think Pep just exposed him.
Okay, when we get back, we'll be talking about transfer windows because that's where we know that his 3 signings are in the match day against Chelsea this evening. We're going to talk about that's our major topic when we get back. But just before that now, looking at the table, Liverpool, of course, excellent. The only team excellent. Barcelona, almost excellent. Arsenal.
Barcelona
in
are
third
third on the
place.
table now, bro.
No,
Second.
Barcelona is second, no? Arsenal
It is
and
Arsenal that are
third.
told.
Oh, in the Champions League.
In the Champions
I
League,
thought you were
yes.
about the league.
No, in the Champions
Oh,
League. In the Champions
yeah,
League.
yeah.
And then, of course, you start going to the Atalantas and AC Milans and all of that. But what do you think about the format? Very fast. So far, we've seen finals of past years back in the first round.
Yeah.
We've seen semi-finals. We've seen giants. We've seen Real Madrid, AC Milan. Those are the two most
And we've
successful
seen
clubs
Milos against each other.
in the Champions League. They played in the first round.
Yeah. So 3 things I could take away from this format. I was having that conversation with somebody too after the game. First, this was, I see this as Seferin's model of the Super League. That has been established from the moment they introduced this to everybody, you know, the Champions League and all of that. And then secondly, it's like, you know, the aim is to get these big teams
clash against each other
as early as possible, because we're in the era now of it's more of quantity than quality football. Yeah, we want to enjoy
plenty
matches and all of those stuffs. And then in between those plenty matches, let's get some high-profile games too as well to sell the market and get more revenue. And then the third part is, look, with all the whole idea, whatever they wrote in their menu or the reason, I'm sure these guys have had meetings for months before they, you know, ended up with this, or even years, before they ended up with this final product of let's do it in this format. At the end of the day, you will still go back to, you will still meet teams, big teams will still play small teams and trash them. When you get to the playoffs, the knockout phase, it's still the same thing. You've not eliminated that, oh, want to make everybody competitive, want to make it a level playing field. No, you haven't, because now, look at the playoffs now. You have more big teams in the playoff rounds.
Okay, before we even talk about the playoff yet, but for the first round, we have seen a Lille
potential
beat
final.
Madrid. We've had, on a normal day, all the master PSG would have been the top of their groups.
Bro.
With how many points?
City would have had 18 already.
That's 18. For City, but not with this form anyway. If you wanted to use that analogy, do you know that all the times that Real Madrid win the league, or sorry, the Champions League, they not all the time. I think once that they've gone 100%. Yes, they've gone 100% in the league. I think once or twice or a couple of times, but most of the time they lose games. They can either lose to Dortmund in one of the matches and where they have to come back. Don't forget the season where Zidane, exactly. Yeah. Their third match, they had to qualify against Borussia Mönchengladbach. It was a must-win against Borussia Mönchengladbach.
That was Ronaldo's era.
Look, my point,
no, it was Benzema era with Benzema and Vinicius.
Look at the teams that are not even in the top 8. There's a Man City.
Yeah.
If it was even as bad as it was, if Man City were in the 4-team format, they wouldn't, because they would have played 2 or 3 weak teams. They would have been top of their group.
Sure.
They deserve that. That's why I believe that the draws are fixed.
Look at PSG. PSG are playing well. They are good. But they are 22nd.
And where were PSG last season? In the group of Newcastle, Dortmund, and Co.
Look at PSG. I'm telling you, these are teams that normally would top. These are seed pot A teams. Look at where they are. They're almost not qualifying. That alone has given a wake-up call. That alone is something that we can see from the first round.
Well, I don't think it's a wake-up call.
I'm telling you, I'm not seeing it.
Because only 8 teams that are guaranteed passage to the next round.
Yes, the rest will do the playoff draw.
At least, I mean, the playoff is more like I have a lifeline of qualifying to the next round.
But
more revenue for me as a club.
So far, in the playoff they are talking about, we don't even yet know. A small TV beat a big team.
As long as,
if you allow them beat you now.
Now you see, playoff or not, now you see.
Exactly, but Mommy have just said that for the first. Look at Brest.
Yes.
See what in Brest they do. even though they squeeze Brest.
But they can still qualify.
Brest are applying pressure. It's normal, but at the same time,
I really want to see them back on top. To be honest, I want to see them back on top.
Brest, Abi?
Yes. I think they have one more game. They are playing next week.
So they beef now on top. But I mean, look how well they are doing.
Well, I think,
but they'll go for the playoffs now. Before they were in the top 8.
On a normal day, they will probably go back to Europa League.
But they've been decent this season. They've been decent.
They would have been in a group that had City, Dortmund, then maybe them third, then you pull maybe Slavia Prague. They would have gone back to the Europa League.
As it stands, they are on the same 13 points that Leverkusen is on. They still have a chance to qualify in top 8.
Sure, true.
It's
only Liverpool and Barcelona that are guaranteed to finish in top 8.
You understand? Brest can qualify as top 8.
You know, the league that we have right now is a thing whereby, okay, it's more like MPF here. You see somebody is first has 20 points. The person in 10th has maybe like 17 points.
Maybe just like
It's just like
3 points
But
away.
isn't that exciting?
It is
It's exciting, but it's not still eliminating that all.
Until the end before we know.
Well, Brest gives us more content. They give us more content, so I think we need to qualify. They need to qualify.
They need to qualify.
I'm
for
just saying that
Brest,
from the
because-
draw, from the playoff draw that I've seen, they've not improved on anything.
they've
Nothing
improved
has
on-
changed.
for the
No, it has
The only
improved.
thing is just that
More games.
the more games and the exciting matchups you see sometimes.
Don't you? No, it's not sometimes. Don't you love it?
Or you name the number of 5 high-profile games.
Bayern Munich, Barcelona.
Was big.
Bayern Munich.
Diamond Barcelona is not high profile anymore.
Oh,
Yes, it's
no.
not.
Were you
Oh,
not
for
expecting?
crying out
Were you
loud.
expecting Bayern Munich to
For
win
crying out loud.
Barcelona?
It's not,
Does it
I
not
don't care who would whip who.
AC Milan red.
I'm just saying,
Oh yeah.
AC Milan Real Madrid.
what's
They
that? This AC Milan.
Is it not
The two biggest teams in the
no.
Champions League.
See,
So,
yes.
you see, don't go by.
It is a big game.
Oh my
regardless.
goodness!
You know how-
It is a big game.
You're still carrying him. I'm talking about form. I'm talking about in the
For
last
them,
5
even
years.
form, even
who has
form.
been AC Milan and in the last 5 years are on par. I'm not even on par with Atletico Madrid in the last 5
No,
years.
we're not
What
talking
I'm saying.
about. We're not talking
Tosi,
about
Tosi.
UCL
What I'm saying.
form right now.
Now too. Yeah, we'll take a very short break, right? When we get back, and I know what happens, the phone lines and the WhatsApp will be open. You can send your message on WhatsApp 0802-0815247, and then probably you could call on WhatsApp. We'll take a few calls about what we're talking about. We'll get back to transfer stories, all of that when we get back from this break.
Now.
We're in for it, and that's exactly what we're talking about here. It's all about the games. Let's continue with that thing we were talking about. She was talking about names now, that for the Champions League, it's not about names. And a lot of people play names rather than playing form. But you see, you cannot tell me that there's any how. Even by form, Bayern Munich, Feyenoord, you know, follow. Bayern Munich, Feyenoord. Feyenoord not supposed to beat those
No
people.
man now,
course
that's
not.
an upset. That's an upset.
And there are a lot of other upsets in this
Or
time.
is
Yeah.
AC Milan beating Madrid? Don't be upset.
It was an upset now. Exactly. Lille beating Real Madrid, an upset.
League,
Even Paris Saint-Germain beating Manchester City.
No, be upset.
No,
Come
no,
on.
no, no, no.
Come on.
They are level on par, beg.
This season,
Yes.
maybe this season,
This season they are
but
level,
City
no
have
upset,
always
no
been
be
beating
upset.
Paris Saint-Germain.
Of course, even
So-
they beat
All right.
Bayern. So it's not.
Okay, so you know what happens now? 0802-0815247. We can take your messages, and you know that time when they tell someone and they call on WhatsApp. Maybe now
They
we
can
can
call
see,
now.
try and see 1 or 2 calls on WhatsApp, and let's have your thoughts on everything. Now we're moving over to transfer stories, and would you say the big one? Of course, it's all about Manchester City. They are the ones that are in the transfer market the biggest, as they have signed Kusanov, they have signed Reese, and of course Omar Mamouche. Omar Mamouche was gone in for player of the season in Bundesliga, probably for AFCON and all of that. I said WhatsApp call, not normal call. If you call normal call, I will block your line.
You don't
Do
switch.
you have the power to do that?
I will block her. Are you have more than that?
Calm down.
WhatsApp call, WhatsApp messages. We'll take the messages. I will take the calls on WhatsApp. This one is easier for you now, right?
Yeah.
Let's have your thoughts on that. But let's go. Manchester City now. They are going all out against Chelsea today. Their 3 signings are straight into the match day squad.
Yeah.
Even how many trainings have you trained?
Maybe like 2.
But
Omar Mamouche has not trained up to 2.
it doesn't matter.
He has not even trained 1.
It's
You know,
January.
you
It's
might
January
have-
signing.
I
It's
know.
January
I'm
signing.
not, no,
It's
I'm not
fit
saying
now.
that.
Yes.
No, it's okay. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that. Are you seeing on a normal day when a sign is coming in with in a star-studded squad, they take their time. They go there, but you just put them
City
in
are
almost
no longer
immediately.
star-studded.
Remember, it will start maybe over Doku.
Yeah.
Because it's somebody that does not only play center forward.
Yeah, he said he can play all forward
3.
lines, yeah.
So Doku might just be having himself
But
go
I
back to
doubt
bench.
him benching Doku so quick. In as much
Doku?
as yes,
Ah,
this
he
season,
don't bench him.
I know understand that this season, even when Doku got back from injury, it took him a while
To get back into the
to get
squad.
back into the squad and all of that. And that's because he has been having issues with Grealish and Doku. Both of them, the productivity that they've been bringing to the table has been very low.
But Pep tried
Grealish
something,
especially.
bringing Grealish into midfield,
Yeah.
putting him like the left-sided 8. And he flourished. So I think this time around, I think it was against Nottingham Forest also. I can't remember the name of the team he tried this season.
Where they won 2-0.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was good in that position. So
Yeah,
why
maybe-
not just
maybe
play-
against a small
you know,
team.
not exactly a small team. You know, Grealish is a ball carrier. If you're playing him on the flanks, you would maybe limit him from doing his theatrics and all of that. Put him as an attacking midfielder that knows how to carry the ball. And then you put in maybe, I think Doku is like
Very
a
direct.
low budget
Yeah.
Moses Simon.
Oh, come on.
Yes,
I think Doku is
remember
even
Moses
better than Moses
Simon
Simon.
at AFCON 2021.
Doku is
parting
better
the
than
Red Sea.
Moses Simon, please.
No.
Better than Moses Simon.
Maybe because of age. maybe Doku's younger, but what's the difference? They both played in Ligon.
But don't say
Simon
no
was
budget.
better.
How is it better?
In Ligon.
How was it better?
From Ronet
Okay,
to Nantes.
let's take. We have some calls now. What's up? Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk to us.
Yeah, you guys are doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I see. Problem of Man City here. I will talk about Man City. When Man City here, that Guardiola needs to just go, to just resign and give chance for a new person to come in. That is the only option for Man City right now.
Who go come
You guys
in?
are doing wonderful.
Who?
Simon is my name. Simon is my name.
Oh,
okay.
Is it Moses?
Somebody else now.
They say, is it Moses? Is this Moses? Are you Moses Simon?
Mr. Mike, don't block my line as you said earlier.
So now you call.
Let it go. I'll go black out. Thank you. Who did you say should go out?
He said Guardiola should go
Guardiola
out,
should
and
leave.
then he said Simon is his guy.
But it's possible. People have talked about, is it time for Pep out?
Maybe end of season. He's not going to be.
I'm not saying that. I'm
I
not saying
think
that he's
because-
not one of the best ever. He is. But there are sometimes when your journey with somebody don't end, no matter
No,
how.
I think that call.
No matter how
I think that
sweet it
call
was.
still lies with Pep.
Okay.
Can he
He's
continue
big enough
mentally?
to
Yes.
make a decision
yes.
on his
Can
own.
he
That's what you're
continue
saying.
mentally and be like, okay, let me leave this team? There was something Zidane did the first time he left Real Madrid after that three-peat. It was a shocking news where he said we know that there were some internal problems, but he said something which was change needs to happen. The team needed change, which was also very true.
They were aging.
Yes, the squad was aging. And that's the same thing we're seeing with Pep Guardiola. Everybody was just trying to cover all that up with the whole Rodri injured. They were aging. We saw KDB for the past 3 seasons. This
can't
guy
stay
missed
fit.
2 finals. Don't forget, he missed out on 2 finals and all of that.
The one they lost and the one they won.
And the one that won, exactly. So he can't stay fit for,
A long time.
yeah, even a month. You definitely see KDB go out,
Fatigue,
hamstring, back injuries and all of those stuffs. And then they allowed the likes of Fernandinho leave. Rodri came in defense. Kyle Walker, you've failed to get somebody. I understand, yes,
Rico.
went to the academy, get Rico Lewis.
Okay,
Rico Lewis is not that
Let's
caliber
talk to someone
of player
else.
that-
We do have another call.
Okay.
All right. Hello. Good morning.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, you're on. You're live. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike.
Go
my
ahead.
opinion is that
What? What is-
so about the City problem.
Okay,
I
okay.
think they will lose to Chelsea personally.
They'll lose to Chelsea today.
Prepared this game well.
Are you a Chelsea fan?
What? Yes, I'm a Chelsea fan.
Of
A
course.
proud one.
No.
Nah, they go beat you now. They don't say when
But
they see Chelsea
with,
like
with,
this.
with that form, you see the
We will
lawyer.
win that one, but I can tell you for sure.
How many odds be Chelsea?
I can even tell you the scorers. I can tell you the scorers.
Oh, yeah, tell us now.
How many odds be Chelsea first of all?
Weju.
The first goal will be Cole Palmer after 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Who else? Leave him.
After Cole Palmer. Yes, the Man City will equalize through Haaland. That will be
Okay.
just before halftime.
Thank God they showed you the
Sha,
record.
don't mention Jackson, oh.
After the hour mark, Chelsea will take the lead again. This
Through
time
who?
to be a surprising person like Chaluba.
You don't play him for FIFA.
Chaloba.
After Chaluba.
No be Chaloba na Chako.
Yes, Chaluba. Yes, Chaluba. We will not seal the game in added time with another Cole Palmer goal.
Added
Take
time.
it like that.
So 4-2 or before 1.
That was 3-1.
No,
3-1.
3-1.
Oh,
That's my
nice.
prediction.
If this thing happen, I go find you where you did.
Yeah.
What's your name?
What's your name? What's your name?
Ola, I live in K2.
Ola
I'm near that
Ketu.
your old headquarters.
Okay. We'll find a line. This happen. 3-1. Correct score.
Wait
Who
till
will
mention
score
goal
that?
scorer. Mention time.
You can't add those odds. Go mention
Well, I can
time.
remember. Cole Palmer, 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's
Alan, the equalizer.
Okay.
Chaloba,
Chaloba.
and at that time,
Palmer again.
Cole Palmer, it was very
Leg
specific.
dagger. 3-1.
Okay.
We're looking forward to that.
And some people are calling. They called it to say just leave normal call. WhatsApp.
Just call WhatsApp.
It's just call WhatsApp. And let's share our thoughts. We're doing transfer rumors, but at the same time, we're talking Man City, we're talking Chelsea, of course. The match is happening today. What are your thoughts on all of that? And then, of course, transfer rumors. We have an call. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Tunde from Alapere.
All right, Tunde, go ahead. Talk to us.
Okay. About Man City and Chelsea, I don't think Chelsea played during the week.
Okay.
Did they play during the week?
No, they
No, they
didn't.
did not.
They did not.
So I think they are more fresh to face City now.
True. True.
And I think that match during the week was energy sapping.
It was.
Okay. So I think that should make it easy for Club Brugge to finally eliminate Manchester City.
Wow,
Oh,
this person
I
used
think
one
it's-
stone to
okay.
kill two birds.
To be honest,
I love that. I
like
love
it.
that.
He was settled
Yeah.
and calm.
Calm.
He just gave the analysis. And
I want
yes,
to know the
you know,
team
people
he
need to
supports.
talk about it.
He's
because-
probably a United fan.
Yes, and people need to talk about that. You know that all these things,
Yeah, of
matches,
course, they do.
fatigue is a
Midweek games.
major factor. And if you remember Conte's first season, when you are fresh, I don't know if Caicedo and Lavia, which of them is injured, and Enzo? I know one or two. of them are
Caicedo is
injured.
available.
I think
Caicedo
it
is
should be
available.
Lavia.
You know,
He's the one that was
these
always
guys, they'll
susceptible
probably
to
run
injuries.
down these people. But let's
But
see
Chelsea
how
has
all of
been
that
drawing
goes.
games, losing games, despite not even involved in
Involved
winning
in-
games.
But
So
I think for the past
they're
4 or
not
5 games,
trustworthy
they've
too.
been,
Okay,
they've
they are
been
not trustworthy.
bad.
Yeah.
Right, still on transfer stories here. Kyle Walker, captain of
No.
Manchester City, has now moved to AC Milan on loan. Now Manchester City are going to pay his full salary.
Of course,
So
AC
do you-
Milan
so do you
don't have
know-
that power.
I think
You know,
This-
no,
financial power to do so.
I'm not even saying 75% or full. That means the guy just said, I just want a new experience.
Yeah.
I say, oh, yeah, go.
The City fans are a big, let me say, cause for this. I know Guardiola is not somebody that pushes his person out easily.
Yeah.
Kyle Walker is not terrible as people say he is.
Yeah.
But City
Right.
fans,
Let's get one more call now and talk about it. Hello. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Hello. Good morning. Once you are through, just go ahead. All right. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
I think City fans are just, should I say, they don't appreciate. It's a tough season for everybody in City.
Yeah.
Even the manager has a tough. Then you should have sent Pep out. Same way you are sending death threats to Kyle Walker. But now, the only silver lining I see out of this is the fact that Ola and Norma might just be going to Manchester City. That's the only silver lining.
Are you no now? I yesterday night while I was coming back from somewhere, I was listening to this on radio. And people were talking about how excellent online has been just this season.
Just
based on
yeah,
form.
of course, based on
When
form.
in form.
The way they were going, they said based on form, is about the best right back in the world at
Yes.
the moment.
He has
Let's-
3 goal line clearance in this season already.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pick a call. We're talking online also. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead. Talk to us.
Yeah, Sunday calling back from Alakpere.
All right, Tunde, go ahead.
I like this new Champions League format.
Okay, yeah. Tell me, why do you like it?
This is the reason why I like it. You know, when there are 4 teams in a group, it's easy to say, okay, I want to win 2 matches. I can play 4 draws. I qualify either as first or second. But you see, these 36 teams, it opens it up.
Okay.
Why did I say so? A small team can just see what Brest is doing, Club Brugge, and the likes of them.
It's not Breste.
Okay.
It's not Breste.
Start Brestois.
So you can see,
Or just keep it simple.
It's
as
breast.
so you know,
Just say
you
Brest.
have to
Just
work
say
for
breast.
your
Make
points.
it easy.
Hello?
Just say breast. Easy.
Okay, no problem. So you have to work for your points. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. You're on.
Yeah,
ahead.
it makes it interesting.
Okay.
Another thing is, on the part of UEFA, it brings in more money.
Okay.
All these TV rights is more money.
Okay.
And they now leave a lifeline for the big teams. That's why you have all these from number 9 playing number 26. Because on a normal day, for me, I don't think that third 8 teams have to appear. So you can see the opportunity, and that's what PSG and Real Madrid will benefit from.
Even City.
Okay. All right. Thank you very
It
much.
makes it more interesting that it's not so sure for anybody to win it.
All right. Thank you. All right. So we're talking about Kyle Walker and then Ola, I know, about them. You think he's the best right back in the world
Yeah,
at the moment?
no, I would not say best in
He's
the
in
world.
form. He's in
He's in
form.
form.
It's
But
allowed,
based
you're
on
allowed
this
to be
season-
What's okay?
in form.
EPL. Is he the best in EPL?
This season, yeah.
I would say yes because
He does
on
his job.
FPL,
Yeah.
he's the highest.
100
100
points.
He's
Yeah.
the highest right back. So an FPL is based on your performances. It's not even is based on
The statistics. What
statistics. He has had 4
goal line clearance.
goal line clearances
But I have
this
to give
season.
it to
3
him.
in 1
He
week.
has improved. He has matured in his game.
Okay.
Don't forget that Olaino is pushing 30.
He's
He's not-
28.
He's not young. He's pushing 30.
pushing 30. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
He's 29 or
He's 28.
28.
It's
Yeah.
28.
He's
It's 28.
28.
Yeah, and Alex will be there.
Uh-huh. So he's pushing 30. It's not
He's
like
peak, actually.
he's young or
No, he's peak now.
well. You cannot say how far. The next season now and then he goes to a big club. Relax. He goes to a big club and then the next time like was not this guy who had a fantastic
Exactly.
season for me?
That's
So
one
don't,
is
don't
there.
let us,
But let's say
don't
at
let
the
us
moment,
push him
on
too
form,
much. Yes.
At the moment.
Yes, in the
he's
Premier
doing
League,
well.
in the
You know
Premier
why
League,
I'm
he's the
pushing?
best right back right now. He's
Okay.
doing so well.
Okay.
I
Yes.
wish him all the best.
I think we can all agree
I would
with that.
love for
At the
him.
moment, based
I
on
would love
form.
for him to continue to work on his game. Probably stay at Nottingham for one more season.
Yes.
No.
But
I
see,
would
we've
say
always
so.
seen
It's
it every
very-
time.
You see, he's going to a
okay,
club
okay.
where they
I-
don't have a right back, that does the defensive
And nobody's
duty.
denying
And
that. Don't forget that at City, it can be, it's very, aside from demanding,
Demanding,
big
it
clubs
is.
not demanding,
It
but
is.
it's unforgiving.
It is.
In a big club. The moment
One error.
1 game, 2 games,
But
3
he has
games,
what
you're
it
not
takes.
delivering,
See,
you go back to
he
the
has
bench.
what it takes to play for Pep Guardiola.
We've
He
not
knows how
seen it
to
yet.
use the
I've
ball.
not
No,
seen it yet, so how do you know?
I know he's technical.
Oh, come on. This same
I
know.
Listen, I've watched
From
I know
Torino
play.
to everywhere,
No,
this
okay,
guy
see,
that is quite error prone.
I know he's error prone. No.
Yes, even
see, I
don't
know
forget even at the Super Eagles.
No,
they clamored for him to be dropped.
No. No.
Before he started picking
Wait,
form.
see, I not picked.
Okay.
See, you know, football is something you can play for 20 years. I not picked right time before we played AFCON 2023 in Cote d'Ivoire. It was in the team of the tournament. So ever since then, it's been fantastic for both club and country. And it's somebody who I think his career journey has been fantastic for me. From Chelsea, went to Torino. I think he played in Hull City also. And his first Premier League experience was with Fulham. When Scott Parker got them relegated. It was fantastic too for them.
I
but
don't
not
know about fantastic.
I said for them. I said for them. I did not say in the
Even for
league.
them, it wasn't fantastic.
No, all I know was.
Is there a different line than this one we're seeing right
see,
now?
Okay, but then,
Orlando was not bad.
but you know what? Let's just agree on one thing. Current form. Let's give him
No,
the
of
flowers.
course.
Yeah.
Let's keep it at that. We cannot agree
Even
that
on
based
radio, I've
current
talked
form.
about it. The transfer rumors going to a big club. I would love for them to evaluate this whole thing well.
He should
I'm
go,
not
please.
going to say limit yourself and say,
Okay.
I can't play for a
Okay.
big club.
A big
But
club.
yes, if you know you're going to go to a big club, just know you're stepping up your game.
Of course.
It's not the same thing. You're saying, of course. We've seen players do this. We've seen players do this that for small teams.
But I believe in the potential
Relax.
of Ola.
See,
No, I know him.
See, nobody's denying your potential. Even for players who have not made it well, look at Coutinho. Will you tell me he doesn't have the potential?
He does.
We've seen the best of the best flop.
Eden Hazard.
It's not by your talent.
I
It
understand
could
where
just
you're
be.
coming from.
It could just be the environment.
So,
It could just be anything.
You know what, Toyosi? Now that's about
And
the
that's what I'm
future.
fearful for.
Okay, and that's why I say let's just maintain it now.
You know.
Let's maintain it now. The best right back in EPL is Ola Aina, and we are proud
Team
of
of
him.
the season contender.
Team of the
Yeah,
season
of course. It should be
definitely.
there, right
It
ahead
should
of
be there.
Alexander Arnold.
It should
Yeah?
be there, exactly ahead of Alexander Arnold. To wrap up the show, let's look at Man City's Chelsea now, and let me hear your thoughts. What is going to happen today before we look at all the fixtures? Man City, Chelsea.
Well, I think it's about redemption for City. What they did during the week was embarrassing. So redemption time for Pep Guardiola and his side. Because if they fail to defeat Chelsea, I think they should just forget European competition.
Really? They are no longer title contenders.
Of course, they are not title contenders anymore for me.
You know, so I
I've
still
ruled them
feel,
out.
I'm still more skeptical, as in I even still feel more than Arsenal.
I still
And
feel
even
City
Chelsea-
can crack that
City,
up
yes.
for.
No, see,
They've done it back to back to back to back.
If they do not
Yeah.
defeat Chelsea, they should forget.
No, I don't
Okay.
think so.
They
There's
should
still
forget
so many games.
They should forget Europe for me.
Yeah, there's still so many games. They can play the Europa League.
It's going to be very awkward playing against
Oh,
Jerusalem.
there. Liverpool.
Play against FC Noah.
Oh,
No,
what's their
that's
name?
conference.
That's
The
conference.
conference where they go to Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
And give them 8.
Gibraltar.
They beat Team 8 Noah. What's that, Chelsea?
Oh, no.
I mean, if Chelsea, by the way, if Chelsea doesn't win the Conference League,
No.
they should sack Maresca.
They might have an opponent that, based on squad, they can rotate. They can even give us 2 teams.
Okay.
But I think they
They've been giving
might,
us 2 teams, yeah.
of course, yeah. But they might have an opponent. I think maybe is it Fiorentina? There's one big team.
Exactly. See, I was telling someone the same thing, that the moment they started the season, Conference League now, a big team,
No.
they played here, they're going to win it's settled, it's settled. I'm like, oh, really?
to the
Is
knockout
your bet
rounds.
right?
They still
When you
have
get to
some
the
big
knockout
teams.
rounds,
Okay, all right.
Barcelona actually thought they could win the Europa
Europa.
League the first time they got to the
Gala.
Europa League.
Yeah.
And guess what?
See what Gala do.
Okay, let's get the other fixtures. It'll be Brighton against Everton. Very fast. Let's see. What do you think there?
David
Everton.
Moyes quite.
More
a
give
good one.
investors some insight.
Both teams to score.
Both teams to score.
Yeah.
Tell us what do you think? Brighton,
Yes,
Everton.
it's possible.
Okay.
Brighton and in their defense too have been quite porous. So
All right.
it's possible. And then the revitalization of Everton and
Everton.
David Moyes coming back.
David
so
Moyes coming back.
it's possible.
Exactly. That match might be a
Yeah.
banana peel. Liverpool, Ipswich Town.
Straight win Liverpool.
Straight win and over
Both-
2.5.
Both of them.
Or
score.
home
Confirm.
over 1.
Confirm.
Home over 1.
Confirm. All right. Southampton, Newcastle.
Newcastle
Away
straight
win.
win.
Newcastle straight win.
Yeah.
Confirm.
I think that Bournemouth game was because they met their match. So
Yep.
All right. Wolves versus Arsenal.
Arsenal X2 or Arsenal win either half.
Arsenal is to go low.
No,
No,
Arsenal to
X2
win away from
yellow.
home 1.57 or so.
Eh?
Yeah, when I saw
Arsenal
it this
straight win.
morning. Yeah.
That's cool.
X to go low now.
X2 should
But-
be
but
like
no.
1.17 or
He go
so.
low past
No, it's
that.
too low now.
It's
It's
too
too
low
low.
now.
How is that too low? That's a
1.17 is low
decent-
now.
Okay.
It's low.
But I think Arsenal.
Or you can,
Arsenal straight win.
you can make it
over
a
2.5.
you can make it a combo. Maybe X2 and over 1.
Are you telling me that we're not even sure
Arsenal will win,
beating
and
Wolves?
this is.
Oh yeah, now.
Arsenal straight to nine. Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest.
Bournemouth, Nottingham
Oh,
Forest.
this is the cracker of the week.
It is a crack
Both
of the week.
teams to score.
It's going to be
Both teams
because
to score.
both teams to score,
Yeah.
right?
I know to make goal line clearance.
But me, I would say for this one under 3.5.
Both teams to score.
Under
Both teams to
3.5
score
for this
here.
one. All right. Man City or Chelsea?
Man City, Chelsea.
Yes. That's
Goals.
today.
I'll go with over 2.5.
City
here.
2-1.
City
Both
2
teams
1.
to score over 1.5.
Over 1.5.
2, yeah.
All right, good. Tottenham Leicester City, that'll be tomorrow.
Battle of the mid, so
Over 1.5. I'll go goals too.
goals.
Leicester is no
Anybody
mid.
if you win.
Leicester is below. You see, say,
But they are
it's
closer.
bottom.
I mean, Tottenham are closer.
Okay, you're right. You're very right. You're very
Yeah.
right. You're very right. Christopher Palace, Brentford.
Goals.
Goals
It's a London
too.
derby, so I think goals
too.
should be.
Yeah, and Crystal Palace have been scoring goals now with Mateta and all that. So
All right.
over 1.5.
Aston Villa, West Ham.
Ooh, Aston
Both
Villa
teams to
straight
score,
win.
yeah. Both teams to score.
Those teams score.
Yeah, Aston Villa
All right,
straight
and then
win
the weekend of games will round up with Fulham versus Manchester United.
Fulham straight win.
1x.
Straight win for me.
As long as Fulham are home.
Craven
Amorim,
Cottage.
Yeah.
Ahmad,
It will be ball.
He's mad. man.
Fernandez.
So you want to say Ahmad is better than he will be playing this season? No, but Craven Cottage.
I would rather
A
either
mismatch
1x or a straight win for Fulham, just like you said.
I will
yeah.
never
1x
pick United.
or-
Away. No.
Or over 1.5.
Except if Calvin Bassey and what's his name, Tim Reid are the likes. Except if they maybe don't play well.
Or Fulham over 0.5.
Yeah.
Any of these
Okay.
three
All
options.
right. Let's wrap up with transfer. What transfer are you expecting? What before the window closes? The window will close in what, less than a week?
Yeah, on
It's going to
Thursday.
end by 31st and all of that. From the rumors that we're seeing, is there any move that you think most likely that will happen?
Arsenal will
Garnacho,
take
yes.
somebody.
I just heard that. Garnacho to Chelsea. You think that can happen?
It's dicey because Chelsea are not the only ones who are, you know, but I think Napoli are out of that race now because De Laurentiis came out to
Napoli,
ask.
let's talk.
That's
Just very
it,
fast.
De Laurentiis came out to ask that is he
Will he
going
score
to
20
guarantee
goals?
us 20 goals, which I was so happy to see that statement because why? When I saw that news of Napoli
70 million.
70 million they
For
want
that
him.
small boy.
This was you definitely know this was Conte's move. It was something Conte wanted because he was losing Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what's going on here? Like the golfing quality.
Okay,
and all
Kvaratskhelia
of that.
PSG. Let's wrap up with that one
Yeah.
now. Was that just about money?
It was
Is that
to me,
ambitious?
it wasn't needed because Barcelona is top talent and is showing the fact that of course it will be top.
So Napoli, would it affect their title charge?
I think they needed more goals, more
But maybe
prolific
backup.
attackers because
You
Colom
mentioned prolific Kvaratskhelia.
Ray is a winger. He's a winger. He will play on that.
Assist
he will
maybe.
play. He will play on that. What's
Left
it called?
flank.
Left wing, and Bakola will strike because both Colomwani and Goncalo Ramos, both of them, you add them together, they're just like Zegzi and
Højlund.
Højlund.
They should
You know,
have
so-
they should
so
have
what
gotten
I'm
an Osimhen too.
Not
Though,
true. Not true, guys. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful week with you guys.
Always
and
a
of
pleasure
course,
to be here.
they'll be here. Much more fun. And we'll even see more people. Some also join us some other time. But you see, now what will happen is that you can send messages on our WhatsApp number, and probably from now on, we'll take calls on them. Where we could have taken much more, but no, we'll take our small. If you've called before, some other time in future, you also have to let our call. It's been a wonderful show. Thank you very much
Yeah.
It's a
for
pleasure,
being on the
man.
show. And we will see you next week, next time on the show, The Beautiful Game. My name is Mike Mesikeno.